But now technology offers all of these new doors that are going and are already taking this to another level, a significantly increased level of improvement around communication, engagement, the immediate recall of previous conversation, things that oftentimes, whether it was laziness or just, man, we're overwhelmed with too many things to do, where information isn't in the CRM where it should be. All this stuff is, I don't want to say it's a snap of the fingers, because I know you guys have been working for years and you're working hard and you will continue to, but this is going to it solves a lot of problems, checks a lot of boxes just like that. I don't want to say the word revolutionary, but I feel like this is a point in time for automotive that we're stepping into, that you guys are like the vanguard. Like, we all know there's a lot of BDC companies, a lot of BDC conversation, a lot of BDC experts, specifically in the car business. I don't hear any of them talking about this and approaching this and actually doing something about it the way that you guys are. How do you feel like that's close to the target?
Yeah, I
Bullseye.
I do, and I want to just put two things together that came for us for that. So, the thing which is differentiating the Strolid approach to AI, which is different, is we tend to use our AI to learn, understand, and see things we couldn't see before. It's an observability, problem. And that's old saying in advertising, I know I'm wasting half of my money on advertising. I just don't know which half.
Yeah.
Right. That's an observability problem. And when I got to Strolid, one of the first things that Vinnie taught me and told me was that the BDC has a special spot in the dealership, in that it's a barometer for what happens downstream from us. We're at the top of the funnel. We see a lot. We're the first people to talk to the customers, and it goes all the way in. It's a bird's eye view to see not just the sales, but the business. And by us sitting on top of the business, seeing what we see, not only we can observe so much more. So the combination of taking an observability approach to AI and our position in the natural place of the dealership being the place where we can observe the most gives us just a remarkable opportunity to see the business itself, not just the sales, but the business. And that's the bullseye for us. Well, Vinnie.
One thing to add to that is I had a dealer when we were first in business that's still a customer of ours. But one of the things he said that I'll never forget was, I love your business, but I wish I could, one thing I miss is having people there so I can go in and see it, see them, see the productivity, see the action. And it always haunted me, because really that's what we're missing, is that level of transparency to our dealers to make sure that they understand that we're doing what they are paying us to do, right? So that level of transparency, to Thomas's point, but accountability has always been important to car dealers, right? That's why they paid for a CRM, is so it's an accountability tool to make sure that everybody's doing their job. Well, I know one of the things that we do really well at Strolid is we disguise all the great things that we do, but it isn't really purposely a problem. It's a problem because we couldn't figure out how to share all this great information with our dealers, and now we do. Because frankly, we could do everything right and not get appointments, or we could do everything wrong and get appointments. And so how do we, we're really making decisions on the end result, which is the sale, instead of what's actually happening. Maybe we could sell more when we're doing everything wrong, but we're selling cars, or maybe we could do more when everything's going wrong in the market, for example, but we're able to identify those things. An example would be like, whoa, you're getting all these leads, but we're not getting appointments. Well, did you know out of the 300 leads you got, 150 of them were for a car that you have a year wait on? Like, they don't necessarily know that. We do. And I don't know that really without digging through a lot of data, but I can find that. But
Yeah, an early
we're adding a level of transparency is the best way to describe what we're doing.
we had some anxiety early on as we started to look at the conversations and understand stuff, and Vinnie be like, do we really want our customers to see? Because not only were we providing transparency for what we were doing, we were providing transparency for what they were doing. And so in the result of observing us, we were also observing them. And Vinnie's like, do you really think people will be happy when they know how many junk that's happening? I'm like, well, if they want to fix it, they'll be happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do a thing called priority follow-up, and when we call the customer about how their visit was, sometimes it wasn't great, but that's in the conversation, you know? It's almost a built-in CSI tool, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of use cases for this. And part of our challenge right now is trying to get our head around what are the priority use cases that we want to build on. So our priority at the moment is agent efficiency, and giving our people the ability to spend more time with a customer, more training for them and all that kind of stuff, because that's what our commitment is to our dealers. However, they're going to get a lot from it as well very soon.